Alright, picture this. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest, most intense showdowns nature can throw at us, a rare and brutal clash between two oceanic legends, each reigning supreme in their own watery realm. And the battleground, a neutral zone where salt meets sea, the coastal waters. On one side, we have the killer whale, or as many call it, the orca. This isn't just any marine mammal, it's the ocean's smartest, most ruthless predator. Known for hunting sharks like their snacks and even taking down other whales, these black-and-white beasts are tactical masterminds with speed, intelligence, and teamwork that make them the Navy SEALs of the sea. Have you ever heard of a pod of orcas working together to flip an enormous great white shark onto its back? That's not just hunting, it's strategy at its finest. Facing off in the other corner is the saltwater crocodile, the prehistoric powerhouse that's basically a living dinosaur. This ancient hunter has survived millions of years, taking down everything from wild buffalo to sharks, and yes, even humans. Its bite force is legendary. Think of a living steel trap with armor plating, with jaws that snap shut faster than a camera flash and skin tougher than battle armor. This beast is built for raw, crushing power. So here's the million-dollar question. Will the orca's brain power, lightning speed, and killer teamwork win the day? Or will the saltwater croc's unstoppable bite and armored hide make any attacker regret stepping into its territory? Stay tuned, because this matchup is about to get as intense as a Hollywood blockbuster, but it's all real and it's all happening in the wild. What's your bet, Team Brain or Team Brawn? Alright, let's dive into the world of one of the ocean's absolute legends, the killer whale, or as the cool kids call it, the orca. This marine giant is the ultimate warrior of the waves. And trust me, it's anything but your average sea creature. Picture a sleek, jet black and white submarine that's 20 to 26 feet long. That's the size range for these bad boys, and they tip the scales anywhere from 4 to 6 tons. Yeah, you heard that right, tons of pure muscle and brain power combined. Now, speed. Orcas can slice through the water at about 55 kilometers per hour, faster than most Olympic swimmers can sprint on land. But here's the real kicker. Their bite force is an estimated 19,000 psi. To put that in perspective, that's about 3 times stronger than a great white shark's bite. Imagine a bite that could crush a car hood. That's the kind of power these animals pack. But what truly sets orcas apart isn't just brute strength or speed, it's their mind. These guys are brilliant strategists and relentless team players. They hunt in pods, coordinating attacks with military-like precision. Ever heard of orcas using waves to wash seals off ice floes, or even beaching themselves temporarily to grab prey on shore? That's right, they literally make the ocean their hunting ground and their playground. This level of tactical thinking is rare and awe-inspiring in the animal kingdom. And if you think orcas shy away from big challenges, think again. They've been known to take down formidable opponents like great white sharks, young sperm whales, and even sea lions. No wonder they have no natural predators themselves. These whales are top-tier apex predators. So, what do you think? Is it their brute strength, their speed, or their brain that makes the killer whale the true king of the ocean? Stick around, because the battle is just heating up, and you're going to want to see what comes next. Alright, now let's shift gears and talk about the other heavyweight in this epic showdown, the saltwater crocodile, often dubbed the Salty. Imagine a prehistoric beast that's been cruising the earth for millions of years, surviving ice ages and dinosaur extinction events, and still reigning as the largest and deadliest reptile alive today. These monsters of the mangroves and coastal waters can reach an impressive length of 16 to 20 feet for a fully grown male, and pack a solid punch, weighing in at 1,800 to 2,600 pounds. That's like carrying a small car on your back. But don't let those numbers fool you. This croc moves with the speed and precision of a lightning strike. When swimming, they can reach speeds of 15 to 19 miles per hour, which is faster than most humans can sprint on land. And on land, oh yeah, these beasts can lunge with surprising bursts of speed that catch prey completely off guard. Now, let's talk about what really makes salties terrifying: their bite. With a jaw pressure of about 3,700 psi, they have the strongest bite of any living reptile, crushing bones and snapping through shells like they were twigs. Think about that for a second. This bite force is so powerful it could crush a watermelon's rind without breaking a sweat. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Saltwater crocs are master ambush predators. They lie in wait, motionless and nearly invisible beneath the water's surface, patiently watching for the perfect moment to strike. When prey comes close, bam, they explode out of the water, grab hold with their terrifying jaws, and drag the victim down into the depths. And if that wasn't enough, they perform what's called the death roll, a wild, spinning maneuver designed to tear flesh apart and drown their prey. Their thick, armored skin acts like nature's own battle suit, protecting them from attacks and harsh environments. This ancient armor has helped them survive through millions of years of evolution, making the saltwater croc one of the most formidable hunters on the planet. So what do you think? Is it the salty's sheer brute strength, its patience, or its deadly tactics that earn it the title of King of the Swamp? And here's a juicy thought: if you had to face off with this ancient warrior, would you stand your ground or run for your life? Stick around, because this battle is about to get wild. Alright, let's dive into the battle gear and tactics of our fierce contenders, because this is where the fight really gets juicy. Picture this: nature's ultimate weaponry, honed by millions of years of evolution, packed into bodies built for war. So, how do these titans fight? Let's break it down. Starting with the killer whale, or the orca, which is like the Navy SEAL of the ocean. This creature's primary weapons are its razor-sharp teeth, each about 4 inches long, and a bite powerful enough to snap through thick blubber and bone. But it's not just about brute strength. Orcas are incredibly agile swimmers, able to twist, turn, and accelerate with astonishing speed, hitting up to 34 miles per hour underwater. Imagine a sleek, jet-powered predator that's also a master strategist. Here's a fun fact: orcas use high-frequency sonar clicks and whistles, essentially echolocation, to track down prey with pinpoint accuracy, even in the darkest ocean depths. When hunting, killer whales often team up like a well-oiled tactical squad. They use group strategies to outsmart prey, sometimes creating waves to knock seals off ice floes or surrounding schools of fish from multiple angles. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed underwater battle dance where brains and brawn combine. Now flip the coin and meet the saltwater crocodile, nature's own tank with a stealth mode. This guy's arsenal includes serrated, powerful jaws designed to clamp down with bone-crushing force. Think of it as a living chainsaw. Its thick, armor-like skin is basically a built-in shield that can withstand attacks from other predators and rough environments. Saltwater crocs are masters of ambush tactics. They lie almost completely submerged in water, blending perfectly with their surroundings, eyes barely above the surface, patiently waiting. Then, when prey steps too close, they explode into action with lightning-fast lunges, gripping their target with an iron jaw. And here's where the death roll comes in: a terrifying spin designed to rip flesh from bone and drown the victim. So, who has the upper hand? Is it the killer whale's speed, smarts, and coordinated team attacks? Or the salty's raw power, armored hide, and lethal surprise moves? Personally, I find it fascinating how these two creatures have evolved such different but equally effective fighting styles. It really makes you wonder if brains and teamwork can topple raw strength and stealth, or is nature's toughest always the one with the biggest bite? What do you think? Alright, let's set the scene for the ultimate showdown, a real clash of titans happening right at the edge of where fresh and salty waters mix. Picture this: a deep river mouth, calm and mysterious, the perfect neutral battleground for these two apex predators. The saltwater crocodile is lying low, barely moving, camouflaged perfectly like a chunk of driftwood just beneath the surface. It's the classic ambush artist waiting for the perfect moment. Suddenly, the water stirs, a massive wave rises, and from the deep ocean charges the killer whale, sleek and powerful, like a living torpedo. This orca is all muscle and speed, circling the croc, eyes locked on its prey. The tension is electric. Who will make the first move? Out of nowhere, the crocodile explodes from the water like a missile, snapping its jaws onto the orca's fin. But here's the catch: no matter how fierce the bite, this croc can't pull down a nearly 5-ton marine warrior with sheer strength alone. The killer whale thrashes violently, whipping the croc off and sending it flying through the air like a ragdoll. But the croc isn't down for the count. It rights itself midair and lunges back with fierce determination, spinning into its infamous death roll and aiming for the orca's neck. This is raw power meeting relentless grit. The orca takes a hit, no doubt, but then dives deep, only to burst back to the surface like a missile, slamming into the croc with its massive body. It's a dizzying dance of blows, water spraying everywhere. Then comes the final act. Just as the croc is lifted high out of the water, the killer whale clamps down on its neck and starts shaking with all its might. The sound of bones breaking echoes beneath the waves. The crocodile struggles, but the orca's strength and strategy prove unstoppable. And just like that, the battle is over. Watching this simulated fight, I'm reminded of how nature's designs are as much about brains as brawn. The killer whale's intelligence, speed, and teamwork really give it the edge, but never underestimate the sheer toughness and surprise tactics of the saltwater crocodile. It makes you wonder, if this was a real fight, who do you think would come out on top in the wild? Would raw power or cunning strategy win the day? Watching this simulated fight, I'm reminded of how nature's designs are as much about brains as brawn. The killer whale's intelligence, speed, and teamwork really give it the edge, but never underestimate the sheer toughness and surprise tactics of the saltwater crocodile. It makes you wonder, if this was a real fight, who do you think would come out on top in the wild? Would raw power or cunning strategy win the day? Watching this simulated fight, I'm reminded of how nature's designs are as much about brains as brawn. The killer whale's intelligence, speed, and teamwork really give it the edge, but never underestimate the sheer toughness and surprise tactics of the saltwater crocodile. It makes you wonder, if this was a real fight, who do you think would come out on top in the wild? Would raw power or cunning strategy win the day? So who's the winner in this clash of titans? The crown goes to the killer whale, the ocean's genius gladiator. The saltwater crocodile fought bravely, no doubt, but even the toughest ancient predator can't match the killer whale's agility and strategy in its own watery kingdom. Here's the takeaway that really gets me thinking. A creature that dominated the Jurassic era faces off against a modern marvel of nature where cleverness, speed, and teamwork crushed the weight of prehistoric history. It's a reminder that survival isn't just about raw strength anymore, but about adapting, evolving, and outsmarting the competition. What do you think? In the wild, does brains really beat brawn every time? Or are there battles where sheer power still rules? Either way, watching these two legends face off is a wild lesson in the amazing diversity and resilience of life on Earth. Hey there, if you enjoyed this wild showdown and want to see more epic battles from the animal kingdom, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. Thoughts or crazy ideas about who would win next? Drop your comments below. I love hearing what you think. Let's keep the conversation going and explore the wild together.